Hello. While looking through the bookshelf, I found an old book that my grandmother gifted me when I was younger. This little book from the Dear America collection. It's called So Far From Home, The Diary of Mary Driscoll, an Irish mill girl. The book is by Barry Denenberg. This book is set out with diary entries from Mary, with a little historical note at the back. I would like to read out some of the diary entries and a bit of the historical background, just in case there's anyone there unfamiliar with the Irish famine. I'll start with the first diary entry. Thursday, April 1st, 1847. Skibbereen, County Cork, Ireland. 'Tis true, I will be going to America. I can remember when I first heard the name, America. Visiting Aunt Nora, we were, just Ma and me. As far back as I could remember, Kate and Da stayed behind. Ma would be baking morning and night, while Da smoked his pipe as if 'twas his last bowl. I could always smell a visit coming. Before we'd left, I'd work on my lessons. Aunt Nora was teaching me English. Ma was proud that Aunt Nora was a teacher and could read and write. Ma wished she could too, I think. To be sure, Aunt Nora was always glad to see us, she having no children of her own, only the children she taught. I was 8 the last time we visited. After that, she left for America. 'Twas then I first heard the name. Sitting on the beach we were, watching the waves come in and breathing the fresh, salty ocean air. Aunt Nora loved the ocean. Come sit by me, quiet one. She called me quiet one because Kate, my older sister, was rarely still. She motioned for me to come closer. I was thinking she was about to tell me a great secret. I scurried across the sand like a crab until I was as close as could be. Do you know where America is? She whispered. I didn't. Look out toward the horizon. What do you see? She said. Only sea and sky, I answered. Try as I might, 'tis all I saw. Can you see past the sea and sky? She asked. I couldn't. There lies America, she said. Past the Isle of the Blessed, where the mermaids bask on the rocks. Past the land of the lost, whose earthly forms cast no shadow. I dared not move, charmed as I was by the sound of Aunt Nora's voice and the stories she told. Even past the land of the fallen angels, where the seagull has no voice. There lies America. 'Tis a sacred place where everyone dresses in red, the color of magic, and the roads are paved with gold. 'Tis in America that you'll live someday, quiet one. Then Aunt Nora fell silent, worn out, it seems, by the thought of this faraway land, this America. I told Ma as soon as we returned to Aunt Nora's cottage. So excited was I by this news. Ma smiled and put her arms around me. She smelled of spice and honey. Your aunt is as sweet as a whistle, but there are times when her speech is more crooked than a ram's horn. Pay it no mind, Mary dear. Now, Aunt Nora's letters from America are the only bright spot in our lives. Ma and Da sit silently while I read them aloud. She writes of the opportunities in America and urges us all to join her. America, she says, is the land of hope. She has sent a ticket for my passage along with this last letter. I can't help but think back to that day by the sea. I was thinking Ma was right, that 'twas just Aunt Nora's way of talking, and I paid it no mind. I never dreamt it might someday come true. I'd like to skip ahead to the first diary entry that Mary has when she reaches the U.S. Tuesday, June 22nd, 1847, Boston Harbor. Glory be to God, 'tis true, America. You could see it. Everyone who could walk rushed up on deck, bringing their bundles and their cases with them. Many fell to their knees and gave thanks to the Lord in heaven. Others wept and embraced those around them as tears ran down their cheeks. 'Tis over. This horrible voyage is over. My new life is about to begin. I give thanks to the Lord who mercifully granted me the good fortune to see this day. Many were not so fortunate. Skip ahead a few months to Friday, August 20th, 1847, in Lowell, Massachusetts. I saw Eunice Currier today. She works in the dressing room, where the cloth is finished, and lucky she is. The air is cleaner, and there is much less noise than in the spinning room. If I could work in the dressing room, I would get more pay. But no Irish girls work there, only Yankee girls. Annie Clark invited me to visit the shops with her and Laura Austin tomorrow. I could barely stop from throwing my arms around her. Having Annie has made the world seem much brighter. She warned me that she and Laura usually don't buy anything. They just go look. That suits me fine. Monday is my first payday, and I'm sure I have no money to spare, even if I should be paid at this very instant. I'll go forward again in time to Thursday, October 14th, 1847, Lowell, Massachusetts. I look out the mill windows and wonder just how far Ireland is from where I am. It seems 'twas only yesterday Ma said I would be going to America. Now it feels like so very long ago, beyond my memory's reach, like 'twasn't even me. If Mrs. Delaney doesn't stop staring at me soon, I'll go mad. John is returning next week. This historical note here provides more background as to the circumstances as to why Mary and many other Irish people were going to the USA. Beginning in 1845, Ireland experienced an extended crop failure that became known as the Great Famine. Over the next 5 years, 1 million of Ireland's 9 million citizens died, and almost 2 million emigrated to other countries. The Great Famine was the result of two terrible forces. First, potatoes. The basic crop of Irish tenant farmers were attacked by a blight or fungus. Because the Irish farmers were unable to plant new, healthy potato crops, their primary diet, there was widespread starvation. Second, Ireland, subject to British rule since the beginning of the 19th century, consisted of large estates owned and managed by English landlords. These estates were divided into small farms, rented at high rates to poor Irish farmers. When half the old crop failed, farmers were unable to pay their rents, and many landlords evicted them. The town of Skibbereen in County Cork, where Mary is from, was the hardest hit in all of Ireland, and the area was known as the Fatal District. So many people died that there weren't enough coffins in which to bury the dead. For the people of Skibbereen and many other parts of Ireland, the only choice was to leave their country. By the early 1850s, approximately 1/4 of Ireland's population had left. The British government encouraged immigration of the Irish to other countries as a solution to their troublesome problem. Ticket prices for ship passages were kept low. In some cases, English landlords purchased tickets for their tenant farmers, grateful to get rid of them. For most immigrants, however, Tickets were bought with money raised by selling their few remaining belongings or with money sent to them by relatives in other countries. Our popular saying was, "The only place in Ireland a man can make his fortune is in America." So those were little snippets out of the book. So Far From Home, The Diary of Mary Driscoll, an Irish Mill Girl, by Barry Denenberg.